Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, Dandavat Pranams to all the devotees. Thank you all very much for joining in for our teachings of Lord Chaitanya session. Today is a very, very wonderful, auspicious day. So many festivals today. Today is Shamananda Prabhu's appearance day. Today is Vamshivardhan Thakur's appearance day. Today is Krishna Vasanta Rasa. And also today is Balaram Rasa Purnima. Today is auspicious Paurnami Tithi also. And today we were so fortunate in the morning during our Brahmamurta chanting session. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Srila Guru Maharaj's personal servant who reads every day in the night to His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Srila Guru Maharaj. Whenever Guru Maharaj is in Mayapur, Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Every day Guru Maharaj reads Bhagavatam before he goes for rest. And Jaya Radha Krishna Prabhu actually reads this Bhagavatam for Srila Guru Maharaj. So he joined us for our Brahmamurta chanting session this morning. So it was very, very wonderful. So I will share the YouTube link. Those of you who could not join us in the morning for the Japa session can go through the YouTube link. And also today is Krishna Vasanta Rasa. So last time, this is the spring season. Vasanta Rasa. Vasanta means the spring is starting right now. So during the previous Yatra that was happened. So I had shared the kheer that was offered. We offer in the balcony the kheer the previous day. And next day morning, just before Brahma Murta time, we take out the kheer and then we honor Mahaprashadam. So I had shared that photograph where Jaya Radha Krishna Prabhu actually told that in the night at around 12 o'clock. I had shared this the next morning around 5 o'clock, 5:15 like that when I shared the Brahma Murta Zoom ID. So this Jaya Radha Krishna Prabhu told me yesterday night, 12 o'clock, around close to 12 o'clock, Guru Maharaj asked us to offer kheer outside in the balcony. So, he told that, the devotees told that it's too late. Now we cannot prepare kheer. It's almost like 11 or 12 o'clock in the night. And then later on, Jaya Radha Krishna Prabhu told Guru Maharaj that Medhavini Sakhi Devidasi had offered. And also they had offered in the temple. In one of the other temples, but they could not offer in Mayapur temple because it was too late. At 12 o'clock, Guru Maharaj told. So today it was auspicious that on the day of Vasanta Rasa, this Jaya Radha Krishna Prabhu joined us from Mayapur, and he actually showed us darshan of the rooftop, the Lotus temple rooftop. Guru Maharaj takes class where Guru Maharaj room. In the Lotus building. So all of that darshan we got in the morning today. So, you can check out the YouTube channel. We have recorded and the Brahma Murta chanting after that. This association of His Grace, Jaya Radha Krishna Prabhu, Jaya Radha Krishna Das Brahmachari Prabhu, who serves Guru Maharaj. We got his personal association today. So it was a very auspicious start today. On the very auspicious day of Shri Krishna Vasanta Rasa, Balaram Rasa Purnima. And today also we can do that in the evening, maybe around say 9:30, 10 o'clock like that. We can offer kheer for Shri Radha and Krishna outside the balcony. And then we close it with a seed kind of lid, which is neither open nor closed. So that, it remains pure also, nothing falls into it, etc. And then tomorrow morning before Brahma Murta, we take that and we honor Mahaprashadam like that. So we can do that. All right. So let's quickly start with prayers before we continue with teachings of Lord Chaitanya, chapter number 9 today. Om Jnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayamrupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaudadishe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिका तडाले कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यमीश्वरं. हरिः ओम तत्सत्. Hare Krishna. So then, pranams to all the devotees. Today we are starting with chapter number 9 of the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, which is going to deal with the opulences of Krishna. So we were discussing yesterday how the various opulences of Krishna are described in this beautiful verse by Parashara Muni. He says, Aishwaryasya samagrasya veeryasya yashasha shriyaha jnana vairagya yaschaiva sannam bhaga itingana. Aishwaryasya samagrasya. All the opulences, all the richness are available, are present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead in full. Samagrasya. What are the opulences? The Lord is extremely rich. The Lord has the best of strength. Yashasha Shriyaha. Yashaha means the Lord is the most famous. Shriyaha means the Lord is very beautiful. Yashasha Shriyaha. Jnana, the Lord is the most knowledgeable. Jnana Vairagya. The Lord is also the best renunciant, right? So as we're reading teachings of Lord Chaitanya, we discussed how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different from Lord Sri Krishna. He is also avatari like Lord Sri Krishna. We also see how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at the age of 24, he took sannyas. At a very young age of 24, he took sannyas. And he took the renounced order of life, although being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just to make the people of this world listen to his instructions. Otherwise, generally in India, at that time at least, people were very respectful towards the sannyasis. So it is for this reason to give the message of Krishna consciousness and to make it and to give it in a way that is acceptable to the people, so that people take his words seriously. In that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, those who took sannyas at the age of 24, the remaining 24 years, 48 years, he actually did his manifest Leela in this earthly planet when he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The next 24 years, for the next 6 years, 24 to 60, he's going to travel to South India, Vrindavan, and in this way preached Krishna consciousness. And from 30 to 48, the last 18 years of his earthly pastimes, as a sannyasi, he lived in Jagannath Puri Dham. Just teaching by his own sadachar, by his own behavior, how a devotee should interact with other devotees, how a devotee should engage in devotional service, how a devotee should be so eager to render devotional service unto the Lord and take association of devotees. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is not in need to take any kind of renunciation, took the renunciation. Even Lord Sri Krishna, we see how he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We were talking the other day, right? Whenever a hero is introduced in a movie, right? The beginning of the movie, like, few minutes get past and then the hero is introduced, where they give the credits. What does the hero do? The hero is bashing up some villains, or the hero is jumping. Rajinikanth movie, you have the Rajinikanth, moving his glasses and throwing it up in the air and whatnot, right? That means he's proving himself to be like a super person, not an ordinary person, but he's a superhero. Like that, the heroes get introduced. But how does Lord Sri Krishna get introduced in Bhagavad Gita? Right? Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gets introduced sitting in front of Arjuna as the charioteer of Arjuna. Right? Arjuna is kicking him from behind. Okay, you go right, you go left. And then what is Krishna doing? Krishna is happy being the servant of his pure devotee Arjuna. And this is the way Krishna is introduced. Right? In this material world, do we see any day, right? The car driver, right? The driver who's employed, the person who's employed as a driver is unwell. And the master or the owner or the boss says, okay, you're not well, you sit behind. I will drive the car for you today. Right? Have you seen any boss tell like that? Right? If he gives a holiday only, it's more than enough. Right? The driver is not well. If he gets a holiday, that itself is more than enough. Nowhere is he going to say, okay, you sit behind, I will drive you, I will drop you home, and then I will come back. Will any owner, right, car owner or the employer say no, right? So, but this is the magnanimity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He told Arjuna, okay, Arjuna, you want a charioteer to fight the war of Kurukshetra? I will become your charioteer. And in spite of all the kicks, right, he actually performed this role of charioteer to the T. Right, there was no complaint. Right, that Krishna was not doing a good job. He said, "Ratham stapayame Achyuta. Achyuta, take my chariot in between both the armies." And then Krishna is like, "Okay, I will do that." Right. So in this way, the greatest renunciant is Krishna himself. And then we all know about the other things. We don't require explanation. Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita like that in 45 minutes. The entire Bhagavad Gita. Right. We actually need a lifetime to understand these verses that Krishna spoke for 45 minutes in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. We need more than a lifetime to actually understand the purport of what Krishna spoke. And Krishna spoke impromptu. So he is the greatest, most knowledgeable person, isn't it? And Krishna is so beautiful. Right? When Krishna was almost 125 years when he was in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when he became the charioteer of Arjuna. But he does not look like that. He looks so handsome, isn't it? Because Krishna is Nava Yauvanam. Always he is in the prime of his youth. He looks like he is in the prime of the youth. And he is Nava Yauvanam. Right? In Brahma Samhita also. Nava Yauvanam cha. Like that Brahma also describes Krishna. So Krishna is very beautiful. Krishna is most noble. Krishna is the greatest renunciant. And then what else? Krishna is extremely rich. Lakshmi Sahasrashata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna is eternally worshipped by Koti Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi is called Chanchal. Chanchal, right? Chanchal means why? She does not stay in one place, right? Wherever she is called, if people worship her, and then she stays there for a day or two or for some time, and then she goes away. But she stays eternally in the heart of Lord Vishnu and eternally serving the Lord's lotus feet. So Krishna is the extremely richest man, right? He's the greatest, richest personality. So Aishwaryasya Samagrisya Viryasya, very, very strong. Right? Krishna was hardly a few days old when he killed Putana. Right? And not only just killed her, but liberated her, gave her the position of a mother to a person who has come to kill him. Right? She just smeared poison in her breast and came to feed Krishna. And Krishna only took Krishna's Bhavagrahi. Krishna simply took this emotion of Putana. Oh, she wants to feed me. Right? In this way, Putana was given the role or the position of a mother in Goloka Vrindavan. Right? So in this way, Krishna is most compassionate, and Krishna is the most strong, isn't it? Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashaha. Right? Somebody who steals, what happens to him? He also becomes famous, but after that, his name comes in the day. Is very eager to find him, and when somebody finds him, he's thrown into the prison. Right? And he's subject to punishment. But what is our Krishna? What position does he get? He becomes glorified as Navanita Choram. Right? Because he does not steal because in need of anything. He steals the devotees' hearts because the devotees want their hearts to be stolen. He steals the butter of the gopis because the gopis want their butter to be stolen by Krishna. So this is a thief who does not steal for himself. Right? He's not in need of anything. He's the Supreme Lord. He steals the soft butter-like hearts of the devotees, right? Whoever wants their hearts to be stolen, he does not even steal the free will of the devotees, right? He gives a free will. Only those devotees who want their hearts to be stolen, who want their butter to be stolen, who want to offer to Krishna, right? Rukmini Devi wrote a love letter to Krishna. Oh Krishna, come and take me away from this place. I'm going to this Devi temple for this worship. It is the right time for you to steal me from here. And then in this way, when somebody asks Krishna to steal them or to steal their property or to steal their hearts, that is when Krishna steals. And that is why he's called, he's Prasiddha. Vraje Prasiddha Avanita Choram. Right? He's not even just Prasiddha in Vraja. He's Prasiddha all over the world as the greatest butter thief. And everyone, pure devotees of the Lord, want Lord Shri Krishna to steal their hearts. Right? So in this way, Aishwarya se Samagra se Viryesha Yashasha Shriya, he is very famous as the stealer of the hearts of the devotees, the stealer of butter of gopis of Vrindavan, just to please them. Right? Jnana, we already spoke. Vairagya also we spoke. So these are the 6 qualities of Krishna, right? And he possesses all these qualities in unlimited quantities, right? We are all amshas of Krishna. Mamevamshu jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatanaha. We also possess all these qualities of the Lord. We are also a little bit beautiful. We are also a little bit learned. We are also a little bit rich. We have some amount of wealth given by the Lord. We also have some little bit of renunciation. We follow Ekadashi Vrata. Little bit we are able to do by the grace of the Lord, right? But we cannot claim ourselves to have all the opulences and also in unlimited quantities. It is only Krishna who can claim himself like that, right? So someone was asking, in every page Krishna is saying, I am Krishna, surrender to me. Sarvadharman pratya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate. Everything emanates from me, right? And none of the other Puranas, Lord Shiva or Brahma or anybody else like that. Right? Nobody claims I. Looks like Krishna is very egoistic. Like that. Somebody was telling, right? But this is the fact, isn't it? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is the only one who can say, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma and Shiva cannot say that because you are not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? Brahma is saying, Ishwara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govindaha, Sarvakarana Karanam. Shivji is saying, Aradhanam avi sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam param Tasmat param parataram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. Right? So it is the fact. Then Krishna is saying the fact for our benefit. Right? If we think, why is Krishna so this? Okay, fine. So you need some more time to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Krishna gives us the time. He is not going to steal our free will. So it depends on our own purification, how much of anarthas we have, how we perceive the same Bhagavad Gita, the same translation by Prabhupada, same purport by Prabhupada. But different people, according to the contamination in our hearts, we are able to accept Krishna. Some are so happy to see, Krishna is declaring himself as the Supreme Lord. Krishna is telling us so many times, come back to me, come back to me. In this way, they see the heart of Krishna. Some people see, there's a words. They just see the letter and then they say, Krishna, every page is saying, I am the Lord, I am the Lord. Right? So each one perceives according to their level of surrender, according to the level of realization. Practice is given by Krishna only. Krishna says, Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto Mata Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. According to our desire. If you want to become God, Krishna says, okay, you go to the material world, you try to become the Lord. Right? But if you want to serve the Lord, then Krishna will reveal himself to us according to the extent we surrender to Krishna. So with that little bit of a background, okay, I see Manasi Mataji. Manasi Mataji, you can switch on your video. Actually, I met you in Radha Rasvihari temple, but I really could not spend time with you. It was a rush with a lot of devotees and Aarti was about to begin. So I could not connect with you. Or you can just drop me a message, Madhavi. I don't have your number. So I'm sorry, I could not, spend that kind of time with you at that time because Aarti was beginning and we were very busy. So do send me a message, Mataji. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so with that, Hare Krishna, thank you. So with that background, we were going to jump into the opulences of Krishna, the session today, right? Where Srila Prabhupada, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying Krishna, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself in the mode of Radharani. So we are going to see the opulence of Krishna in the as described in the mode of Srimati Radharani. who is the greatest servitor of Lord Krishna. And with anecdotes and a few more explanations given by our His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. So let's go ahead. The Opulences of Krishna, chapter 9 of the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Okay, we request devotees to raise your hands, and then let's start reading chapter 9, the Opulences of Krishna. Okay, let me share my screen. All right, I can see Vrishabhanu Kanya Mataji, go ahead. The Opulences of Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. That was.
The opulences of Krishna. Since Lord Chaitanya is especially merciful to innocent, unsophisticated person, his name is also Patita Pavan, the deliverer of the most fallen conditional souls. Although a conditioned soul may be a fallen to the lowest position, such a lowly state will not prevent him from advancing in the spiritual science, provided he is innocent. Sanatan Goswami was considered fallen in society because he was in the service of the Muslim government and had thus been excommunicated from
Brahminical society.
From Brahminical society. But because he was a sincere soul, Lord Chaitanya showed him special favor by granting him a wealth of spiritual information. The Lord next explained to Sanatan Goswami how the different spiritual planets are situated in the spiritual sky. The spiritual planets are also known as the Vaikuntha planet. The planets of the material creation have a limited length and breadth. But as far as the Vaikuntha planets are concerned, because they are spiritual, there is no limit to their dimensions. Lord Chaitanya informed Sanatan Goswami that the length and breadth of every Vaikuntha planet is thousands of billions of miles. In other words, no one can measure any Vaikuntha planet's actual extent. Each of these planets is unlimitedly expanded, and in each of them, the heavens are full in all six opulences: wealth, strength, knowledge, beauty, fame, and renunciation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is present in every Vaikuntha planet. Indeed, in each Vaikuntha planet, an expansion of Krishna has his eternal abode, and Krishna himself has his original eternal abode called Krishna Lok or Golok Vrindavan. In this universe, even the largest planet lies in one corner of outer space. For example, although the sun is a million times larger than the earth, it still lies in one corner of outer space. Similarly, each of the Vaikuntha planets, although unlimited in length and breadth, lies in a corner of the spiritual sky known as the Brahma Jyoti. In the Brahma Samhita 5.40, the Brahma Jyoti is described as Niskalam, Anantam, Bhutam, or undivided and unlimited, and without a trace of the material modes of nature. All the Vaikuntha planets are like petals of a lotus flower, and the principal parts of that lotus, the center of all the Vaikuntha, is called Krishna Loka or Golok Vrindavan. Thus,
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So in Brahma Samhita, Brahma says, Golok Nivasati Akhilatma Bhuto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. So in the spiritual world, there is this beautiful Goloka Vrindavan Dham, which is the center of the spiritual world, where Shri Radha and Krishna are being served by the Ashtashakis, Lalita, Champakalata, Chitra, Tungavidya, Vishaka, Induleka, Ranga Devi, Sudevi. They're all serving Krishna, and along with these principal gopis, there are the other gopis, and then there are the Manjaris, the Rupa Manjari, Ananga Manjari, and Kamala Manjari. So many Manjaris are there, right? They're all serving Lord Shri Krishna, and Krishna is eternally present in Goloka Vrindavan Dham. Whenever, Krishna descends to this material world also, right? When he takes an avatar or he descends to this material world, also, it is said that Krishna is eternally present in the spiritual world, right? It is not that Krishna has to come down. That means Krishna cannot be in the spiritual world. That is a limitation that we have in this material world, that we can be present only in one place. Even the greatest of the yogis, the Siddhas, the Charanas, and all those people who perfected the yogic process, even they can be present only in maximum 8 places. And it is also told that they cannot perform different activities in all their 8 forms. Right? All they can expand themselves into 8 forms. They can only do the same work in all the 8 forms that they take. Right? But Krishna can take innumerable forms. Krishna can be simultaneously present doing different things, different activities with different devotees, reciprocating with different devotees, like that. So only Krishna can claim to expand unlimitedly, right? Whether it is 16,108 wives or it is unlimited gopis of Vrindavan Dham that Krishna is reciprocating with. Krishna can expand to unlimited forms, and in this way he reciprocates with unlimited devotees in various ways. That each devotee finds that Krishna is reciprocating only with me. That is a quality because of the unlimited opulence of Lord Sri Krishna himself, right? And then also Nishkalam Anantam Ashesha Bhutam, right? This material world is considered to be 1/4 of the creation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is this para prakriti. There is para means transcendental. Para prakriti means there is a world which is transcendental to this material world, which is called the spiritual world, which is 3/4 of the creation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is never annihilated, which comprises of the Goloka Vrindavan Dham, which comprises of the Vaikuntha planets, right? That part of the world never gets annihilated, right? When the material world gets annihilated. And that is the 3/4 part of the creation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in the center of that spiritual world is the lotus that is described, where the Vaikuntha planets are like the petals of the lotus flower, and inside, the round part of the flower, which is called that is the center of that flower, is the Goloka Vrindavan Dham, also called as Krishna Loka. Right? So Krishna Loka is in the center, and similarly Navadvip, the Goloka Vrindavan Dham is divided into 2 actually. One section is Navadvip Dham, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, and the other is the Radha and Krishna. Right? And it is said that those devotees who perfect their lives by following in the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they actually have a dual role in service also. They have a dual role in service to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip Dham, and you also have a role in seva to Shri Radha and Krishna and Goloka Vrindavan Dham. Right? So in this way, the devotee, because both of them are non-different, right? The Harinam Sankirtan that used to take place in Srivas Angad for days and nights together is said to be non-different from the Rasa Sthali of Shri Radha and Krishna. So in this way, Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are non-different. It is an offense to think that Vrindavan Dham and Navadvip Dham are different, right? Both are the same, right? Both are equally potent, right? In fact, it is even right to say, some of the acharyas explain that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is even more munificent than Krishna himself, right? Because acharyas explain, Krishna says, ye tamam prapadyante tam satam vajamyam. You surrender and I will reward accordingly. But what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Yare teki tare kahi Krishna upadesh. Whether or not somebody has a qualification or not, give them Krishna, give them Harinam. Like that. So in fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful than Krishna himself. Why? Because he is Krishna himself, but he is in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So that's what it is. Continue reading. Let me reshare my screen. Yeah. So someone can read. Sridhar Prabhu, go ahead. Thus the expansions of Krishna in various forms.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thus, the expansion of Krishna in various forms, as described here, as well as his various abode on the spiritual planet in the spiritual sky, are unlimited. Even demigods like Brahma and Shiva cannot see the Vaikuntha planet or even estimate their number or vast extent. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.1421. No one can estimate the length and breadth of all the Vaikuntha planet. Elsewhere, in the Bhagavatam 2.741, it is stated that not only are demigods like Brahma and Shiva unable to make such an estimate, but even Ananda, the incarnation of Lord Opulences, Ananta, the incarnation of Lord's opulences of strength, cannot ascertain any limit to the Lord's potency or to the area of the different Vaikuntha planet. Again, Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.21, one of the prayers of Brahma is very convincing in the connection. Oh my dear Lord, oh Supreme Personality of Godhead, oh Super Soul, oh Master of all mysterious power, no one can know or explain the extent your Vaikuntha planet or how to explain your Yoga Maya energy throughout the three worlds. And a few words of Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.7, Brahma prays, Guna
Gunaatmanaste gunaman vimatum hitavirnasya kisharesya kalena yairva vimita sukalpaye bhupam shabah ke nikadubasa.
Hare Krishna. Scientists and learned men cannot even measure the atomic constitution of a single planet. Even if they could count the molecules to snow in the sky or the number of stars in space, they could not understand how you descend in this earth or in this universe with your innumerable transcendental potency and qualities. In Srimad Bhagavatam 2.7.41, Lord Brahma informs Narada that none of the great sages born before Narada, including Brahma himself, can measure the extent of Supreme Lord's potencies. Indeed, Brahma declared that even Ananda, with his 1,000 tongues, fail when he tries to fully describe the Lord's energies. Similarly, in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.87.41, the personified Vedas praise Adupratya eva
Nanayur anantam anantataya tvam api yat antarandanichaya nanusavaranaha ka iva rajam sivanti mayasa sahayachrudaya svaihi falantyatannirasanena bhavannidannaha.
Hare Krishna. My Lord, you are unlimited, and therefore no one can measure the extent of your potencies. I think that even you do not know the range of your energy. An unlimited number of planets floats in the sky, just like atoms, and the great Vedanists who are engaged in the research to find you discover that everything is different from you. At last, they conclude that you are everything. When Lord Krishna was within this universe, Brahma played a trick on him.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. So here, the last couple of paragraphs, Prabhupada or the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching to Sanatana Goswami that this spiritual world that we spoke about, Para Prakriti, is a 3/4 of the creation of the 3/4 of the entire creation, which is non-destructible, right? The glory of this creation, of the spiritual world, of this Vaikuntha planets, of this Goloka Vrindavan Dham cannot be estimated not only by Shiva and Brahma, but even Lord Ananta, right? Ananta is none but Lord Balaram himself, right? Lord Balaram expands himself into various forms. He expands himself into the ornaments of the Lord. He expands himself into the Vrindavan Dham. He expands himself into every object to give pleasure to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. That's why Balaram is called the Supreme Personality of Servitor Godhead, because he serves the Lord in all capacities, in all the rasas, right? Whether it is Shanta Rasa, Dasi Rasa, Saki Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Madhurya Rasa, right? He also, Balaram expands his Ananga Manjari, and then he serves in Shri Radha and Krishna pastimes also. So in this way, in all the rasas, Balaram serves, and he expands himself as Ananta to become the couch for Lord Shri Krishna to lie down, right? And it is said Ananta has thousands of hoods, right? Even in spite of thousands of hoods, Ananta is not able to describe the glory of Goloka Vrindavan Dham, of the spiritual world, or the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is not able to glorify with his thousands of tongues, right? He's got thousands of heads and thereby thousands of tongues. But with the thousands of tongues, he is not able to glorify enough the energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So how much can a four-headed Brahma even fathom about the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? When thousand-headed Ananta, who is the representation of the strength, opulence of the Supreme Lord, he himself is not able to understand the unlimited glory of Lord Sri Krishna, or the unlimited glories of the spiritual world that are eternally created by the desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, now we are going to go on to studying this Bhagavatam. There's a very wonderful pastime of how Brahma gets illusioned, Brahma Vimohan Leela, right? So whenever we are puffed up with false ego, then we have to be humiliated so that we get humility. And that is also the mercy of the Lord, right? Sometimes when we act too smart, or when we act, as if, everything is happening according to my, desire and all that, sometimes you get puffed up. Sometimes we feel proud, and then what happens? Krishna sends a devotee, or Krishna sends, someone or some situation by which we are humiliated thoroughly. And then in this humiliation, we develop humility, right? And that is also, we need to be grateful for such situations, right? Because these situations help us come back to our position as Jivara Swarupa Krishna Nityadas, right? Otherwise, sometimes, when success comes so much to us, sometimes we completely become intoxicated with success or pride. In such cases, like we see here in the Brahma Vimohan Leela, is a very important lesson for us, right? How Brahma, he is actually the administrator of the Supreme Lord. He is doing the sub-creation. Even Brahma is put into illusion, because Brahma thinks that, who's this little boy, right? This cannot be the Supreme Lord. Now he's just taking the juta of Madhu Mangal. He's just Madhu Mangal is drinking buttermilk. Krishna is saying, you're not giving me a buttermilk? And then Madhu Mangal is like this, and Krishna is like, ah. And then what happens? Madhu Mangal, entire buttermilk flows out of the mouth, and then Krishna is like, ah. And then he's drinking the entire buttermilk. And then Brahma is thinking, hey, this can't be the Supreme Lord, right? We offer with a lot of achaman we purify ourselves, and then we offer Bhoga to Krishna. This boy cannot be Krishna. He's eating the juta of Madhu Mangal, right? In this way, Brahma thinks, this cannot be the Lord. And so what does he do? He wants to test, is this the Lord? And then he actually takes all the calves and the gopas, and he goes and hides all of them in the cave in Brahmaloka. And then he comes and sees the, maza dekhte hai na, abhi kuch kiya hai, to aake maza dekhte hain. Here everybody will be crying, oh, where are the gopas? Where are the... And then we'll see, this person, this little boy is the Lord. Let me check. In this way, Brahma is put into illusion. Brahma comes and checks. And what happens here? When he comes back from Brahmaloka to the earthly planets, he finds that everything is normal. The gopas are going, the cows are grazing, the calves are running about here and there. And Brahma is confused. What is this? Let me go and check. Maybe I didn't take the right, all the calves and the boys. Let me go and check. He says, there also is there. Here also they are there. There also is. And Brahma himself falls down. And then, and then Brahma realizes, oh my God, what did I do? I want to test the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And then with his four mukuts, with his four heads, he comes and falls down at the lotus feet of Krishna. And then he asks Krishna, oh Krishna, I got puffed up. I thought I am the Lord just because you gave me, right? They say, Punar Muchiko Baba. We discussed the other day about the story, how the rat became a tiger, and then by the mercy of a sage, and then he wanted to devour the sage. And then sage said, Punar Muchiko Baba, become a mouse again. Right? So in this way, before that could happen, Brahma realized his mistake. He ran and fell at the feet of the Lord Krishna. And he also asked Krishna that, I'm getting very puffed up with this kind of role. I want to take a birth where I don't have this, where I cannot exhibit this kind of false ego. I want to simply serve you in the mood of humility. And then to satisfy Brahma's desire, Krishna told, okay, when I appear as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that time you will appear as Haridas Thakur. You will be born in a very low family, the Mohammedan family, but yet you will be Nama Acharya. You will sing my glories, and you will be serving as a wonderful example of how by simply chanting Hare Krishna, one can tolerate all the miseries of this material world, yet can be steadfast in the practice of Krishna consciousness, in the practice of the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and study this Brahma Vimohan Leela, as is beautifully described here by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami, also given here by His Divine Grace Abhicharanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, share my screen. Is my screen shared? Yeah. Okay, Rajneesh Prabhu. Rajneesh Prabhu, did you read?
Yes, sir. I am going
Oh,
to
you
read.
finished?
When Lord Krishna was within this universe, Brahma played a trick on him in order to confirm that the special cowherd boy in Vrindavan was actually Krishna himself. By his mystic power, Brahma stole all the calves and cowherd friends of Krishna and hid them. But when Brahma returned to see what Krishna was doing alone, he saw that Krishna was still playing with the same calves, and cowherd boy. By his vacant, by his vacant potency, Lord Krishna had expended all the stolen cows, calves, and friends. Indeed, Brahma saw millions and billions of them, and he also saw millions and billions of holding sticks and fruit, lotus flowers and horns. All the cowherd boys were wearing different clothes and ornaments, and no one could count their vast numbers. Then Brahma saw each of cowherd boys became a four-handed Narayana, and he also saw innumerable Brahmas from different universes offering obeisances to the Lord. He saw
He saw that all these personalities were emanating from the body of Krishna, and after a second, entering into his body. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We cannot hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Lord
Yeah, Lord Brahma became struck with
Lord Brahma became struck with wonder by his extraordinary feat of Krishna, and in the prayer he stated that although anyone and everyone could say they knew all about Krishna, as far as
he was
he
concerned.
was concerned, he did not know anything about him. My dear Lord, he said, the potencies and opulences you have exhibited just now are beyond the ability of my mind to understand. Lord Chaitanya further explained that not only is the potency of Krishna limitless, but also is that of Vrindavan, Lord Krishna's abode on this planet. From one point of view, Vrindavan is about 32 square miles in area. Yet in one part of this Vrindavan, all these Vaikuntahs exist. The area of the present day Vrindavan contains 12 forests and covers about 84
Koshas.
kosas or 168 miles in area. And Vrindavan city is estimated to be about 16 kosas and 32 square miles. How all the Vaikuntahs can exist here is beyond material calculation. Thus, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu concluded that senses and opulences of Krishna are whatever he told Nathan Goswami was only partial, but by such a partial presentation, one can try to imagine both. While Lord Chaitanya
Hare
was
Krishna.
speaking to
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, thank you. So to think that, Vrindavan just is an area of land which is about 32 kroshas, and, this is a small tract of land, and looking at Vrindavan Dham, it is dirty, so much of, pollution is there, etc., etc., is considered an offense, because with our material eyes, that is what we can see, right? But what do the great devotees see, right? They see, Ari dekhi, thare kahe, sorry, what is that? Stavar Jangami dekhi thare murti, right? Not just in Vrindavan Dham, but anywhere and everywhere. Even when Prabhupada went abroad, to the Western world. In everywhere he saw the manifestation of Lord Sri Krishna in the form of his holy names. He established the 108 temples in the Western world because he saw the beauty of Krishna manifesting in all of these places. So that is the vision of a pure devotee. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. So such kind of people, such pure devotees of the Lord, don't see the externals of Vrindavan Dham as is visible to our external eyes. Right? With our external eyes, there's only so much that we can see according to the illusion that is actually placed in front of us. Right? But the real darshan of Vrindavan Dham is to be obtained through the years. That is why when we go on yatras, we have to go with our Shiksha Gurus, with our Diksha Guru, and hear the various pastimes of the Lord in these dhams. Right? The Damodar Leela, the Govardhan Leela, Brahma Vimohan Leela, then the various leelas that happened. Right? We visit the 7 important temples: Radha Madan Mohanji, Radha Govindji, Radha Gopinathji, Radha Gokulanand, Radha Bhakya Bihari. Like there's various temples when we visit. When we see the deities accompanied by the hearing of the leelas, we will be able to understand the glory of the particular pastime that happened in that particular place, and in that we will understand the glory of the dham. So that is why it is said we should not try to see the dham. We should try to see the dham by hearing about the dham from our Shiksha and Diksha Gurus, from those devotees who have realized the dham, right? Because the dham and the Lord himself are not different. When we understand the Lord, then we also understand the glories of the dham. Otherwise, we think that it is just a normal place where we go for sightseeing, right? So it's not a place for sightseeing. It is a place where we meditate on the leelas of the Lord that happen in that particular place, and then we meditate and we try to absorb in the consciousness of seva that actually took place in that particular leela. And that is the way to take darshan of the dham, by hearing the pastimes that occurred in that particular dham. All right, let's continue. While Lord, okay, who will read? Maushmi Mataji, go ahead. While Lord Chaitanya was speaking. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
So we will read one paragraph now. Maushmi Mataji, then Karpagavali Mataji, then Sindhu Mataji, Sudha Mataji, Nagavani Mataji. Like this we will read, and whenever there is a need to discuss, then we'll quickly discuss. We'll end by 1:45 and we'll try to complete this chapter. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
While Lord Chaitanya was speaking to Sanatan Goswami about the opulences of Krishna, he became deeply immersed in ecstasy, and in that transcendental state, he recited a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 3.2.21, in which Uddhav, after the disappearance of Krishna, told Vidur,
Vayam dvasam yati yashastriyadishah swaraj lakshmi apta samastakam balim haradbi shiralokapalaihi kirita koti ditapadapitaha.
Krishna is the master of all demigods, including Lord.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. We will quickly ask Karpagavali Mataji, because we have about 5-6 paragraphs and we have 5-6 devotees also. Let's give a chance to all. Karpagavali Mataji, go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. From where, Mataji? Krishna is the master of
all demigods. Quickly.
Where is it, Mataji? Krishna.
It's on the screen. Krishna is the master of all demigods, including Lord Brahma.
Sorry. Krishna is the master of all demigods, including Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the expansion of Vishnu within this universe. Therefore, no one is equal to or greater than him, and he is full in 6 opulences. All the demigods engaged in the administration of each universe offer their respectful obeisances unto him. Indeed, the helmets on their heads are beautiful because they are decorated with the imprints of the lotus feet of the Lord Supreme Lord. It is similarly stated that in Brahma Samhita 5.1 that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and no one can be equal to or greater than him. That is Brahma's conclusion. Although the universal rulers Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu are masters of each and every universe. They too are servants of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Shall I continue, Mataji?
No, Sindhu Mataji, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Dandavathanam.
Thank
Hare
you, Dhanutana.
Pranam Mataji, Haribol Shila Prabhupada ki jai.
As a cause of all causes,
As the cause of all causes, Lord Krishna is also the cause of Mahavishnu, the first of the incarnations who control this material creation. From Mahavishnu comes Garbhodakshai Vishnu and Shirodakshai Vishnu. Thus, Krishna is a master of Garbhodakshai Vishnu and Shirodakshai Vishnu, and he is also the super soul within every living entity in the universe. The Brahma Samhita 5.48 states, by Mahavishnu's breathing, innumerable universes are produced. In each universe, there are innumerable Vishnu Tattvas, but it should be understood that Lord Krishna is the master of them all and that they are but his partial planetary expansions. From the revealed scriptures, it is understood that Krishna lives in 3 transcendental places. His most confidential residence is Golok Vrindavana. It is there that he stays with his father, mother, and friends, exhibits his transcendental relationships, and bestows his mercy upon his eternal entourage. There, Yogamaya acts as his maidservant in the Rasa Leela dance. The residents of Brajabhumi think the Lord is glorified by particles of his transcendental mercy and affection, and due to his merciful existence, we, the residents of Vrindavana, have not the slightest anxiety. As stated in the Brahma Samhita 5.43, in the spiritual sky, all the Vaikuntha planets, which make up the Vishnu Loka, are below the planet known as Krishna Loka, Golok Vrindavan. On that supreme planet, the Lord enjoys this transcendental bliss in multiple forms, and all the opulences of the Vaikunthas are fully displayed on that one planet. Like Krishna's associates are also full in 6 opulences. In the Padma Purana, Uttarakhanda 255.57, it is stated that the material energy and the spiritual energy are separated by the Viraja river. That river flows from the perspiration of the first Purusha incarnation. On the far bank of the Viraja is the eternal nature, unlimited and all blissful, called the spiritual sky, the spiritual kingdom, or the kingdom of God.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So it's Viraja. It's not Viraja. It's Viraja. Viraja river actually distinguishes or separates the spiritual world and the material world, like that. Right? That is why we say that when our creeper grows, it crosses the Viraja river. That means when it crosses that, beyond that, it is the spiritual world. Then it goes up the Vaikuntha Lokas, and finally it rests at the lotus feet of Shri Radha and Krishna. So that is the Viraja. Viraja river is in between the spiritual material and the spiritual planets. All right. So let's go ahead. Sudha Mataji, go ahead. The spiritual planets are called Vaikunthas.
Mataji, the screen I'm not able to see.
Oh, you're not able to see the screen? Okay. Who's able to see the screen? Rohini Mataji. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it is coming, Mataji, now.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, fine.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Pranam. The spiritual planets are called Vaikunthas because there is no lamentation of fear there and everything is eternal. The spiritual world has been calculated to comprise 3/4 of the energies of the Supreme Lord, and the material world comprises 1/4. But no one can understand what that 3/4 is, since even this material universe cannot be described. Trying to convey to Sanatana Goswami something of the extent of this display of 1/4 of Krishna's energy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next cited an incident from the scriptures in which Brahma, the Lord of this universe, came to see Krishna at Dwarka. When Brahma, the first created being in the universe, approached Krishna, the doorman informed Krishna that Brahma had arrived to see him. Upon hearing this, Krishna inquired as to which Brahma had come, and the doorman returned to Brahma and asked, "Which Brahma are you?" Krishna has asked. Brahma was struck with wonder. Why did Krishna not ask such a question? Brahma informed the doorman, "Please tell him that the Brahma, who is the father of the 4 Kumaras and who has 4 heads, has come to see him." The doorman informed Krishna and then asked Brahma to come inside. Brahma offered his obeisances unto the lotus feet of Krishna, and after Krishna had received him with all honor, the Lord asked him why he had come. "I shall tell you of my purpose in coming here," Lord Brahma replied. But first, I asked you to kindly remove a doubt that I had. Your doorman told me that you asked which Brahma had come to see you. May I inquire if there are other Brahmas besides me? Upon hearing this, Krishna smiled and at once called for many Brahmas from many other universes. The four-headed Brahma then saw many other Brahmas coming to see Krishna and offer their respects. Some of them had 10 heads, some had 20, some had 100, some even had 1,000,000 heads. Indeed, the four-headed Brahma could not even count the Brahmas who came to offer their obeisances to Krishna. Krishna then called upon many other demigods from various universes and they all came to offer their respects to the Lord. Upon seeing this wonderful exhibition by Krishna, the four-headed Brahma became nervous and began to think he was just like a mosquito in the midst of many elephants. Since so many demigods were offering obeisances unto the lotus feet of Krishna, Brahma concluded that no one can measure Krishna's unlimited potency. All the helmets of the various demigods and Brahmas shone brightly in the assembly, and when the helmets struck one another as the demigods offered obeisances, the helmets seemed to make a great sound of prayer. Mataji, can someone else read Mataji if they want to read?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
thank
so
you.
yeah, very beautiful, isn't it? Brahma is being again put into place, right? Brahma thinks, oh, I am the only Brahma, right? So, so and what did Krishna do? Immediately got all the Brahmas of all the universes. And some are coming with 100 heads and 1,000 heads, and and Brahma is thinking, I have only 4 heads, and what did I have to be so proud about, isn't it? So, if you are not humble, then we will be humiliated. This is a lesson for all of us, like that. Okay, Nagavani Mataji, go ahead quickly. Dear Lord, the demigod said,
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam
Hare
to all. Dear Lord,
Krishna.
the demigod said, it is your great mercy upon us that you have called us to see you. Is there any particular order? If so, we will carry it out at once. There is nothing especially required of you. Lord Krishna replied, I only wanted to see you all together at one time. I offer my blessings to you. Don't be afraid of the demons. By your mercy, everything is all right. They all replied, there are no disturbances at present. For oh Mataji, kuch to bhi aa gaya screen pe. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. 1 second. I also don't know what happened. 1 second. Is it visible?
Yeah, Mataji. By your mercy, everything is all right. They all replied, there are no disturbances at present. For by appearing on the earth, you have vanquished everything inauspicious. At each Brahma saw Krishna, each thought that Krishna was only within his universe. After this incident, Krishna wished all the Brahmas farewell, and after offering respects to him, they returned to their respective universes. Upon seeing this, the four-headed Brahma at once fell down at the feet of Krishna and said, what I thought about you before was all nonsense. People may say that know you perfectly, but as far as I am concerned, I cannot begin to conceive how great you are. Great you are beyond beyond my understanding. Krishna then informed him, this particular universe is only 4,000 billion miles across, but there are many millions and millions of billions of universes which are far, far greater than this one. Some of these are many trillions of miles across, and all these universes required strong Brahmas with many more than four heads. Krishna further informed Brahma, this material creation is only 1/4 of my creative potency. The 3/4 is in the spiritual kingdom. The four-headed Brahma then offered obeisances to Krishna and departed. Now, understanding the meaning of the Lord Krishna, Lord's 3/4 energy, the Lord is known as try. What is this?
Hare Krishna.
Mataji?
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So here we see we were discussing how the entire material universe is only 1/4 creation, and within that 1/4 creation only there are so many Brahmandas. There are so many universes where Krishna has actually created so many Brahmas, right? So many Brahmas have emanated from the navel of Garbhodakasha Vishnu of each of the universes, and they are all at the beck and call of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. And our four-headed Brahma is humbled, right? I thought I am the only Brahma, but here there are so many much more powerful Brahmas in comparison to me, like that. Okay. Now quickly let's read the last section. Rohini Mataji, go ahead. The Lord is known as, it's Triyadishwara. Triyadishwara means he's there, he's the Adishwara or the controller of three important dhams: Gokula, Mathura, and Dwaraka. Of course, he's the Lord of all the places, but these are his principal abodes. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Pranam Mataji. The Lord is known as Triyadishwara, a name indicating his principal abodes, Gokula, Mathura, and Dwarka. These three abodes are full of opulences, and Lord Krishna is the master of them all, situated as he is in his transcendental potency. Lord Krishna, the master of all transcendental energies, is thus full with 6 opulences. And because he is the master of all opulences, all the Vedic literatures acclaim him as the supreme personality of Godhead. Lord Chaitanya then sang a nice song to Sanatana Goswami about the opulences of Krishna. All the pastimes of Krishna are exactly like the activities of human beings. Therefore, it is to be understood that his form is like that of a human being. Indeed, the human form is an imitation of his form. Krishna is dressed just like a cowherd boy. He has a flute in his hand and he seems to be just like a newly grown youth. He is always playful and he plays just like an ordinary boy. Thus, Lord Chaitanya began telling Sanatana Goswami about the beautiful aspects of Krishna. The Lord said that anyone who understands these beautiful qualities is dipped into an ocean of nectar. Krishna's Yogamaya potency is transcendental, beyond the material energy. But the Lord exhibits his transcendental potencies even within this material world just to satisfy his confidential devotees. In other words, Krishna appears in the material world to satisfy his devotees. His qualities are so attractive that Krishna himself becomes eager to understand himself. When he is fully decorated and stands with his body curved in 3 waves, with his eyebrows always moving and his eyes so attractive, the gopis become enchanted. His special abode is at the top of the spiritual sky, and he resides there with his associates, the cowherd boys, the gopis, and all the goddesses of fortune. It is there that he is known as Madan Mohana. There are many different pastimes of Krishna, such as his pastimes in the forms of Vasudeva and Sankarshana. In the material sky, he performs pastimes as the first Purusha incarnation, the creator of the material world. There are also pastimes in which he incarnates as a fish or a tortoise or takes the form of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, incarnations of the material qualities. In his pastimes as an empowered incarnation, he takes the form of King Prithu, and he also performs pastimes as a super soul in everyone's heart and as the impersonal Brahman as well. Among Krishna's innumerable pastimes, however, the most important are his human-like activities. Frolicking in Vrindavan, dancing with the gopis, playing with the Pandavas on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and playing in Mathura and Dwarka. And his most important pastimes in the human form are those in which he appears as a cowherd boy, a newly grown youth who plays a flute. Just a partial manifestation of his pastimes in Goloka. In Gokula, in Mathura, and Dwaravati or Dwaraka can overflood the whole universe with love of Godhead. Everyone can be attracted by the beautiful qualities of Krishna. The manifestation of Krishna's internal potency, Yogamaya, is not exhibited in the part of the kingdom of God compromising the Vaikuntha planets. But Krishna does exhibit the internal potency within the universe when he descends from his personal abode out of his inconceivable mercy. Krishna is so wonderful and attractive that he himself becomes attracted by his own beauty, and this is a proof that he is full of all inconceivable potencies. As far as the ornaments decorating Krishna's body are concerned, it appears that they do not beautify him, but that they themselves become beautiful simply by being on his body. Always standing in a three-curved way, he attracts all living entities, including the demigods. Indeed, he even attracts the Narayana form who presides in every Vaikuntha planet. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So we come to the end of this chapter, which is the opulences of Krishna. Like every day we sing, right? In the Darshan Arati, it is sung in all these ISKCON temples. Venum Kwanantam Aravinda Galayataksham Barhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Visesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Venum Kwanantam. Venum means he is holding a nice flute. Aravinda Dalayataksham. That means his eyes are like beautiful lotus petals. Barhavatam Samasitam with a Sundarangam. He is having a nice peacock feather and he is wearing nice yellow garments. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Visesha Shobham. And he is looking so much and so beautiful that he is attracting millions and millions of cupids. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Visesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Vajami. To that Govinda, who is attracting millions and millions of cupids, who is standing in his three bent form, right? Shama Sundara form, in his bent in three places, right? He's also crooked. He's very naughty. To such a Shama Sundar, to Radha Shama Sundara, of my respectful obeisance. So this is a prayer by Brahmaji to Shri Radha and Krishna. So with this, having it is very difficult. Like we already studied, how even Ananta cannot describe the glories of Krishna, right? So whatever is depicted here is but a tip of the iceberg of the unlimited opulences and glories of Lord Sri Krishna. So with this, we come to the end of the 9th chapter. So tomorrow we'll start. Tomorrow we will do Bhagavad Gita. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we will do Bhagavad Gita. We continue from chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita. So next Monday we will wait to start with chapter 10 of Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So I thank you all for your kind attention and patience. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namah. Anandakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Quickly we'll do Harinam Sankirtan. Devotees can give your darshan, and then we will take if there are any queries or questions, and then we'll end. Namah Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Satadeve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Acharya Shatadine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gaurani Sai Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadrama Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Bala Gopal Jaya Sadguru Swami Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Guru Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnava Vrind ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So today on the auspicious day of Vasantaras, devotees are offering kheer. Tomorrow morning before Brahma Muhurta, when you take out the kheer, please then only you take a photograph. You're not supposed to take a photograph today and share it everywhere, right? Because for the enjoyment of the Lord. Why you keep it in the balcony? Somebody is asking. Lord Shri Radha and Krishna are going to perform Ras Leela almost in the midnight time. So we offer it outside so that whenever they feel a little tired, they will get rejuvenated by having our kheer, right? So in this way, we are serving Radha and Krishna in their Ras Leela pastimes. So tomorrow morning, when we are, after we take out the kheer and we close it with a kind of a sieved lid, so that it's neither open, we don't want any other dirt particles to fall into it. At the same time, we don't want it to be completely closed, right? For the sieved lid, we close it, so it's open and closed at the same time. So in this way, and tomorrow morning, when we remove it, that time, before we honor Mahaprasadam, that time devotees can click photographs and share it with me, right? Today morning, since Jai Radha Krishna Prabhu also reconfirmed it, so as per the instructions of Guru Maharaj, we'll all try to offer kheer late in the night, around 9:30, 10. And then tomorrow morning, we take it out like that. All right. Thank you very much. I don't see any hands up. I believe there are no queries. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Anantapati Vaishnava Vrind ki jai. So devotees can go through the YouTube channel of the early morning Brahma Muhurta time. I'll request Rohini Mataji include the link of the morning program also when you're sending the link. Of the morning Brahma Muhurta chanting link also and today's link also. And then what we are going to continue, chapter tomorrow's Bhagavad Gita, where we have to continue from. That you can put in two messages or one message. You'll see how it works. You can send it to me and then we'll check it out. And also watch the morning Brahma Muhurta session for today is also Vamshi Badan Thakur's appearance day, Shamananda Pandit's appearance day. Today is Balaram also has his own Rasa Yatra pastimes. So you can go through the YouTube channel to find out the other festivals also. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we can sing this beautiful song. Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Manohara. You can sing that song for the pleasure of the Lordships today on the auspicious occasion of Shri Krishna Rasa Yatra and Balaram Rasa Yatra. All right, devotees, thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki jai. So meet you all tomorrow for Brahma Muhurta chanting. And I'll also look forward to your photographs of kheer offered to Shri Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki jai.